keepers, here we are again for another episode, and as the title says, this one is hold your nerve. Hold your nerve. Why? Well, as you'll know, the sun's starting to come out now and it's starting to feel really nice, cozy, especially in here. Temperature currently 15 degrees, getting to 20 in here, but outside it's only about 7, mid-single digit. So last week, if you are in the UK, you will know that it was quite warm, going from 5 degrees to 14, 16 degrees maybe, probably an average of 14 degrees, something like that. It really felt buoyant. Now the temptation then is fantastic. Here we go, pond covers off, the koi is exposed, the koi surface, the water surface is exposed to the wind chill, and we get that fluctuation of temperature, trust me. So hold your nerve. Got another month or two yet, so unless you've got an heater and you can start tailoring and getting that temperature up, but even then I would say hold your nerve. It's still early because you're going to put extremes, risk of extremes in play, and also demands on your equipment, i.e. air source heat pump. So give you an example about hold your nerve. I was holding my nerve and it was something like the water temperature in here got up to I think 14 degrees unheated. So I thought, right, I'm going to adjust my temperature gauge thermometer that controls the air source heat pump to a temperature where I believe the air source heat pump won't really kick in. I didn't get it quite right because I think I put it to, I thought, you know what, it's at 14 and a half now. I'm going to adjust that and I'm going to try and maintain 12. So I've gone from, say, averaging of 10 naturally to solar gain, and in indoors 10 degrees to try and naturally hold 12. Well, we had some light frosts, so the air source heat pump wouldn't have kicked in. Fine for short periods because the drop in air shouldn't be that dramatic, but if it goes on for a period of a couple of days, it will be, and that's what it did. So the air source heat pump, well, the thermometer sent power to the air source heat pump. One morning when it was really cold and frosty, I went out and the air source heat pump was all frozen up at the back, as they do, because they're on. It'll be consuming, say, 600 watts, but it's not producing no heat because it can't at those temperatures. It's not good enough to extract the warmth out of the air at those temperatures. So if you've got an air source heat pump or you're looking at buying one, make sure, look at the lowest operating temperature that it can operate at. But basically, the higher end of stuff, and if they're inverter, you're going to be pretty much safe. But if they're these mini air source heat pumps, you won't be safe. They're only good for topping up and maintaining seasons in spring, so when you're starting to ramp up, and then when you're at 24 in summer, holding 24, because our summers in the UK are that poor. I didn't average 21 degrees in the outdoor pond last year. It's ridiculous. I think the average was 18 degrees. Yes, 18 degrees, but in here, indoors, and with the help of just a little bit of topping up with the air source heat pump, it gives you that steady 24 all the way through summer, and it gets all the heat out of the air because it's already that, it's that temperature. It's not topping up as much, it's maintaining it. Now if you've got a good air source heat pump, you can push those extremes further because you've got the equipment to do so. So at this time of year now, if I had a better air source heat pump, it could extract warmth out the air, and when it's really cold at say 5, 4, 3, 2 degrees, and maybe at frozen, it probably can as well into minus temperatures to then maintain a temperature. So with equipment I've got, I can't do that, so I've got to judge it, and that's where, if you don't hold your nerve, coming back to the headline, you can get it wrong and you can get fluctuations in your temperature. It put stresses on the koi, which could lower the immune system, and then it opens the door for parasites, and then parasites kick into action because we know they're in your pond anyway. We've had this discussion before. They're already in your pond, they're already about on fish, So it's not a case of eradicating them, it's a case of controlling them and having a decent immune system so the fish can cope with them. As soon as that balance has been upset, they come in and parasites take advantage. So on that note, I hope you've took that on board, that little bit of a tip there. So outdoor pond looks a mess still, pond covers on, they're staying on, and I will probably tackle that. My go-to normally is early spring, May Day, May bank holiday. So normally around that bank holiday, it's a good long weekend, you finish work, you know you've got a few days, you've got the bank holiday Monday off, or I have anyway, and it's normally quite nice and steady, and normally the minimum temperature's like 10 degrees C. So then I know that in here it's not going to go probably below 12 then, just naturally, whereas at the minute it could drop below. So at the minute, if we go and take a look, it's 11.6 degrees in here and the heaters aren't on. So the heaters aren't on and it's 11.6. This one's saying 12 point something, needs some new batteries and a clean. Still on the Saki Akari White. We can have a look at that if you've not seen it before. That is Saki Akari White, and on my intro video that is actually what I was feeding them on, and hopefully you've just seen the intro video if I managed to cut it in right and it worked. Slow-mo of these feeding on Saki Akari White. Look at the colour of this golden corn, look up close, there's a lovely yellow on it. Look at the Kanoko where the actual yellowing is within the scales. Then you've still got the fucking around the edge. I'm really hoping I can get these growing this year, especially this one, this female corn. That one there, that's a female. Hopefully I can get some food in that. I've already thought about what I'm going to do. I've got about 6 fish coming soon. Going to Lanzarote next week for a week. I can't wait, getting prepared for it. I've got one more day at work, Monday, and then I'm off Tuesday, then we're going Wednesday. Can't wait for that sun. We get some 24 degrees, a bit of snorkeling, it's absolutely amazing. I might even drop a video while I'm there. And yeah, these are going absolutely mint. Now what I have noticed is I think with my own eyes, the clarity is just sort of murky in a little bit, and I think that's the start of algae bloom or a bacterial bloom. So what you can get at this time of year with ponds is, because the bacteria in your filters are kicking in, i.e. the bacteria is starting to colonise more on your media, you can get what's called a bacterial bloom. It's not a bad bacterial bloom, it's a bit of a good one really. And you normally find it's like a bit of a cloudiness comes, and it can cloud your pond altogether. And that's not algae, it's actually bacteria blooming in your pond. But it could be algae blooming as well, starting to. So what I'm going to do, or what I've done, I've put the power back on to the Evo 25 UV. Now that's not been on for months and months, and neither is the UV to that one either. And that one's crystal clear as well. There's a bit of a yellow tinge, look, what I've been mentioning every week. See the yellow tinge compared to that one to this one. So it'll be interesting if that activated carbon that's in that bag keeps this clarity and keeps that tinge off the water. And what I'm going to do as well, I've got another spare bag similar to that one, and I'm going to hang it in the corner of this one and see if I can get the clarity on that one, so we can actually see over a period of time if it pulls out the tannins in that discoloration in that water. But that's for another day. So for now, there's the koi enjoying themselves. The feeder's on once in the morning at 7 o'clock. I come in and I either manually feed them or I press the up button, which discharge one feed. But they are absolutely thriving. Yeah, so what I was going to say, that snow asagi, the one that's got the damaged front fins ever since I've had it, that one's going in my main pond, 100%. Now all my other ones are really what I would call my more prized possessions, if you want to call it that, my favourites. So anything that I want to grow on will be stopping on this indoor pond, and we're getting absolutely hammered with some food and that this summer again, and keeping at 24. So I bought that Tancho Goshki last year, because that one, the Coda Tancho Goshki, just weren't really growing much. It always seemed to remain quite, you know, smallish. And I've got it in here, and it's been in here. This is the second year now, starting the second season. I want to try and get that growing a bit. So that has put body on as well. Look at the body shape from the back there, and those shoulders, beautiful. So I was tempted to put that one in my main pond as well. But if I do, it won't grow. It won't grow. You know, look, that just shows you algae's coming, look. You can tell, because look at that tamasaba on the bottom of the pond, nibbling away, and it's having a bit of a green poo at the minute. So a good thing to do at this time of year as well is look at your waste. Look at the waste, look at the poop, because their poop can tell you quite a lot. If you ever see them and it just comes out, that's like what we call diarrhea. That's not good. Could be something wrong with them. But sometimes you get, when you transfer, you're mixing foods from one to another, or you're starting to feed, you sometimes get like the sack. But it's pretty clear in here. See, there's a bit of poop there floating about, look. So I have noticed that on the sacky white there is a little bit more poop. Not a lot more, but you can see down here where the swimming, look, just there where they're disturbing. See there, a bit of white waste, a bit more waste. So what I've done now, I'm on 78 watts, so that's 80%. So that pump is running at 8,000 litres an hour through there and over there and back to the pond. So that's getting more draw. And I've also got, and because it's coming down here, the waste, my outlet there is there, and it's coming down here, and it's obviously moving more now, because it was settling just here below where I am here, but obviously now it's moved down here, down this section, look here. See there? See that all swirling there, look? It's all settling there. So when I get the pond hoover out on my main pond, I'm going to bring the pond hoover out, and I'm going to lightly go in this pond, just to get rid of any waste that's settled on the bottom, where it comes over there on the return, swirls down here, and it's just not enough to get it back to the bottom drain, because it does actually come down here, the floor. So there's a bit of a hollow here, unfortunately for me. But anyway, there you go. So that was quite a quick video, really, wasn't it? Not too long. Gonna make that a short one. Yeah, don't be too hasty. Hold your nerve. I've done a couple of water tests actually. Zero ammonia, zero nitrite at the minute. The fish are looking good. I'm going to observe the fish a lot more this year. But I do like to test the water. It's just something I enjoy doing, so I will keep doing that and see what the fish doing. There's no flashing or flicking yet. The pond is closed, remember. I don't trickle in anymore. It's a closed system, so the only water that's going in is pure water from my RO, and that seems to be working really well. KH is around 5-6. I'm maintaining that from my auto top up manual bucket. And on that note, I hope your fish are doing okay. I will see you maybe in Lanzarote if I do a short video and upload one there, which I might do. But if not, I will see you back in the cold UK, because it will be cold, because it will still be March, and April's normally a bit chilly and you get sleet and all sorts of stuff, and May is also not steady either. So we're still in that last week of May. I hold my nerve. Take that one with you. See you on the next one. Please like, please subscribe and please share. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.